G'day, good morning, good afternoon. It's Roger Roadside here, saying hello. Hello! Well, what a doozy of a traffic jam that we are about to get into. The old partner isn't going to be happy with this. No siree. She's going to be fuming, as if I've got some control over it. But I don't. This person's let me in. Thank you very much, matey. You're a scholar and a gentleman. You're potentially a woman, which would make you a nice lady, I would assume. But how's everyone doing? He asked absolutely no one. So maybe I'll just sing a song. What song should I sing? Do you know what? I've got a lot of kids' songs going around in my head at the moment because I've watched quite a lot of Miss Rachel. Red, yellow, orange, green, blue. We lost one viewer. Had one viewer, and they nicked off as soon as I started singing. Let's see if we can get one mid song. Blue, indigo, violet. I love a rainbow. I love a rainbow. I love a rainbow. Oh, oh, oh. Absolutely no viewers. Should I do it another? What else is there? What's another Miss Rachel banger? Phonics song. Oh, phonics song. Oh no, you gotta do the whole bloody alphabet with that one. Do you know the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man, the Muffin Man. Do you know the Muffin Man who sits on Drury Lane? Yes, I know the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man. Yes, I know. Oh, thank you for the like. Oh, wow. I don't know how many people came in mid-song. Just to see what was going on. Are you on drugs? No. Well pointed out though. I mean, strike a light. My goal was to just see how many people I freaked out because I had obviously no viewers, and I just wanted to see how many people came in to a person singing a Miss Rachel song. I was going to go red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. I love a rainbow. I love a rainbow. I love a rainbow. Oh, oh, oh. For anyone who's got a little toddler, that's a classic from Miss Rachel. You might remember before we were singing Do You Know the Muffin Man? Another banging tune. But there's a few people in there here now. So hello to everyone. Hello. Mezzo, yes. No, I'm not on drugs. I wish I was. Trio, hello. LCB Gooch, say hello, hello. Sean Drudge, g'day mate. Trio, good singing, thank you. I'll be releasing an album later this year called Roadside Tunes with Roger. What suggestions? What's I mean, we could do karaoke maybe. Should we whack out some karaoke? I've never really done karaoke before. That's a lie. I've done karaoke once, and I absolutely choked it. I tell you why, because sometimes when you think you can sing a song, and you get like a little bit of the way into the song, and you're thinking, I've got this, but then like around your underpants region, it starts sort of tightening up quite considerably, and you realise that no, this is going to go a lot higher than what I thought, and I don't have the timber or the skills in my vocal range to achieve that, and you basically start getting really nervous and dry, and you basically I've always found in that moment, best thing to do is just hold the microphone to the audience, and try to get them to sing along. Whoa, you're sick this. Just maybe do like some of those ones. What else is really? What's that class? A man Scaramouche, very frightening. Galileo, let me go and dig it. Oh, wow. So there you go. That's Drive Along Karaoke. That was a little known band called the Beatles. Ringo was lead singer. They got the name of their band because they all used to be fumigators. That's where they met. They started with the same company at the same time as insect repellent delivery operators. And they went on to start a band, and the rest was history. But yeah, I take requests, I take tips, I take, like tips as in, here's a singing teacher, maybe you might want to get in touch with them. That is always a good tip. But anyone who's just doom scrolling along and has come across this stupendous gentleman driving on his way home, Roger Roadside in North London, represent. I've got a little channel. I like to talk about things. At the moment, I'm talking a lot of politics, and I don't really, I do a few pre-recorded videos on my little travels because I'm on the road most of the day. But I'm quite eager to just get back into it a bit more and sort of like weird and wonderful stories, as opposed to everything that's going on with politics and stuff like that, because it's just negative. It brings us down, and look, the sun's out, the guns are out, we want to have a good time. So if you fancy a bit of that action, or if you just want to join in every now and again when I go live, feel free to subscribe. It does help me out. I'll cover the first month's subscription, so I bet you that's something that a lot of YouTubers don't do. I'll cover the first month of your subscription to my channel, and every month after that, I know it's free, but basically don't worry about it, it's on me. And then after that, every month I'll give it to you for half price. So it'll be free divided by 2, just to work that out. I like to go live every now and again just to have a bit of a chinwag with the people, see how things are going. It's difficult because I am on the road most of the time, and it's the difficulty about it is it's not necessarily just doing it. I tell you what, it's just the bloody data. It's the coverage. There's so many dead spots, and you think about being in London and all that sort of stuff. You'd think London would have fairly good coverage, but no, it doesn't. And I blame the bloody migrants. No, I don't. That's they come over here, they take our jobs, they take our data. But yeah, this is Roger Roadside, just travelling around. This guy's not ever had a good day. You can't park there, mate. I told him, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But yeah, it's quite gloomy. It gets to this time of night, and you really appreciate summer. And you appreciate the fact that, in summer, it'd be this time. What time is it now? It's 5 o'clock. And it'd almost still feel like it's midday. That's how bright it is during summer. But at the moment, you just look at it and you just go, I just automatically want to turn into a duvet. How's everyone else's day? Has anyone had a good day? Has anyone done anything great of note? Anyone climbed Kilimanjaro? Anyone free falled from over 1,000 meters back down to the planet? Anyone done anything vaguely exciting? I did a day of work. Not particularly exciting. I did see some good people today. I had some good conversations today. So my job, I'm a bit of a I'm a rep, and go around and I make things happen for people. And the last couple of days I've been bogged down with doing stuff for my existing client base, and today I just wanted to get out, stretch the old legs, start talking to a few new people, see if a couple of new people might want to come on board and get involved with Roger Roadside. It's all legitimate business, but yeah, it was good. It was a couple of good conversations today. But I always get sucked in. There's so many people that they just go, oh my God, I love this. I want this. And then let me just shoot you over the email so you've got all the information there. And then as soon as you're ready to pull the trigger, just let me know. And we'll give it a go. And then you send them out the email and you go, yep, that'll come back in 45 minutes. And then crickets. Absolute crickets. Tumbleweed. What the flip is going on? You then touch, but it's then been a week and you haven't heard from them, and then you just feel a bit sheepish because you're in the area and you're like, I know I could drop in and just say, hey mate, what's going on? But I feel sheepish about doing that, because I don't want to make them uncomfortable. And I start to go, were they just putting on an act? Were they just pretending? It's kind of like from when Harry met Sally. If anyone's old enough to remember that, and it's, they talk about how, women can pretend that they're having a good time in certain situations, if you catch my drift, if you catch what I'm dropping. And it's kind of the same sort of thing, you feel a bit used. I'd almost be happier if someone went, do you know what, Roger, I don't mind what you're sort of flogging. I don't mind you, but look, it's just not for us. We just wouldn't do it. We wouldn't make any money out of it. And I'd go, do you know what? I respect that. I'm going to go on my way, and I'm not going to, I'm going to forget about this, and I'm not going to let it occupy any portion of my mind. But when they, I don't know what's happening with the bloody icon. But when they, they put on this song and dance about how, it's the best thing since sliced bread. And they want to get all up in it, and then they go quiet. That's when you start going, hang on, did you just dupe me? Did you just pretend to be really into it? But yeah, anyway, so that's the trials and tribulations of an on the road rep. You got to take the good with the bad. Sometimes people, they call it pissing in your pocket. I don't know why. I don't know why it's called pissing in your pocket. It's basically when people say things and do things to make you feel good, but really they don't. They're disingenuous. I don't know why it's called pissing in your pocket. Obviously, we've now dropped down to 0 viewers, so I assume by me talking... Right, we've got 0 viewers now, so I'm going to start singing Miss Rachel again, see what happens. Do you know the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man, Muffin Man? Do you know the Muffin who lives on Drury Lane? Yes, I know the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man. We're in the tunnel now. Muffin Man. Yes, I know the Muffin Man who lives on Drury Lane. And do you know the Pizza Man, the Pizza Man, the Pizza Man? Do you know the Pizza Man who lives on Drury Lane? Yes, I know the Pizza Man, the Pizza Man, the Pizza Man. Yes, I know the Pizza Man who lives on Drury Lane. That's another classic there from Miss Rachel. Do you know the Muffin Man? Anyone with a toddler knows that banger. Coming up next, we've got I Like a Rainbow Again from the Miss Rachel catalogue. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. I love a rainbow. I love a rainbow. I love a rainbow. Oh, oh, oh. Another banger there from Miss Rachel. Anyone who's got kids under the age of 5 probably knows that one off the top of the dome. For anyone that's joining, I do have a 10-month-old little bad boy. And yeah, the Miss Rachel songs get stuck in my head every flippin' day. But thank you very much for tuning in. Anyone who has very recently, I'm just on my way home after a hard day's work, talking to people and doing the odd bits and pieces. It's an absolute corker of a day at the moment, as you can see. The sky is bright grey with some gloomy clouds there and a little bit of drizzle, a little bit of fizzle mizzle drizzle. In Cornwall, I don't know if anyone knows this, but in Cornwall they call it mizzle because it's a combination of mist and drizzle, and it's where it's. I mean, it's not like this; it's a lot thicker than this. Anyway, that's just a really useless fact for anyone who's potentially not planning to go to Cornwall or do anything like that. So yeah, maybe I should just keep to singing Miss Rachel songs. What's another Miss Rachel song? Hands up, any Miss Rachel fans out there? I'm taking song requests. Anything but Bohemian Rhapsody. There's only one of me. You need 4 people for that, really, to do it justice. You know, if you're going to be legitimate about it, if you're going to be like a professional, you really need 4 people to do that one. But taking any sort of requests, I know a bit of Eminem. I know a bit of gangster rap. What's one of my favorite songs? I fell into a burning ring of fire, went down, 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 and the flames they got higher, and it burns, 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 my ring of fire, the ring of fire. I like singing that after I've had a curry. I'll tell you that much. I'll tell you that for free. Won't cost you anything. Anyone who likes a little bit of driving, singing. I mean, imagine like if this was a radio station. Maybe I could do a radio station. Bro's hitting the Johnny Cash low notes. Yes, bro, I can sing the low notes. I can do it. Yeah, it's a lot easier when you just when you're relaxing, sitting back, relaxing. And I've got the very loose undies on today, so the loose underwear definitely makes it a lot easier. Now, what was my favourite Tenacious D song? Do you know, I went and saw Tenacious D at Luna Park in Melbourne. They did a concert there, but this is going back about 50 years. I mean, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but it was going back quite a while. And they were brilliant, bloody brilliant. But yeah, no, I like Jack Black. I'm gonna hump you softly. I'm gonna screw you gently. I'm gonna hook you softly. I'm gonna bar you discreetly. And then you say, hey, I bought you flowers. And then you say, wait a minute, Sally, I think you got something in your teeth. Could you get it out for me? That's fucking teamwork. What's your favorite position? That's cool with me. It's not my favorite, but I'll do it for you. What's your favorite dish? I'm not gonna cook it, but I'll order it from Zanzibar. So, that's my mediocre version of a bit of Jack Black. What's an Aussie doing in the UK? Look, I came over for the weather and the women. I'm disappointed on all fronts, if I'm honest with you. I've put in a letter of complaint, but you know, it's being processed at the moment. I've been here for 12 years. No, I like it. I like it over here. Look, I came over here in 2012. I came over here, I'll be honest with you, I came over here not knowing if I was going to be here for 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years or whatever, and I've been here ever since. Haven't been caught so far. I'll tell you what I loved. I love the close proximity to other countries and other cultures, which is something that you just don't get back in Oz. And I love Oz, don't get me wrong, and I miss it. But I love the fact that, you know, I can get on a plane and within an hour or so I'm in a different country with different people and different architecture and different cultures and food and this, that and the other. So I really love that. And then I went and I did bloody, you know, shack up with a Brit lady, and you know, we now have a family and stuff like that. So I'm stuck here, stuck, can never leave. But no, she's you know, she's good, and yeah. So that's the reason why I'm sort of here. Howdy, what you hauling? Yeah, I'm just hauling my big fat ass. That's what I'm hauling. I've got a big fat ass, a 2-ton Tessie. They call her Tessie. She was the biggest 2-ton Tessie in the land. Oh, Tessie, she was so messy. Yeah, that's what I'm hauling. Look, I'm not hauling anything really. I mean, what are you, a cop? I've got nothing in the back. I promise. You know, you don't need to have a look. No, I'm a peddler. You know, I'm a rep. I sort of drive around all day, and I'm just going home at the moment. Where are you in England? I'm in Scotland, mate. I bloody love Scotland. I've spent many a time up in Edinburgh and Glasgow. I've been up to Aberdeen. I did the whole little trip around Skye. Actually, let me just do some fancy manoeuvring here because I needed to be in this lane actually. No, I bloody love Scotland. I stayed the night opposite Loch Ness. Yeah, I bloody love Scotland. No, I'm down in London. I'm based in North London. I've got a little one. He's 10 months old, about to turn 11 months actually. And we need to sort of move out and get out of London because it's just too pricey. It's too pricey, too many people. And you know, it's just not the safest environment. If I'm brutally honest, you know, I want to go somewhere that's got a little bit more of a sense of community. So yeah, trying to move a little bit further north, not too much further north, but probably settling around Hertfordshire or a little bit further than that. Mate, I would love to move to Scotland because I love the people out there. I love the culture. I love the fact that you deep fry everything. Bloody hell, I had my socks deep fried. So yeah, I do bloody love that. That's always good. Oh yeah, Glasgow's good. Glasgow's very bloody good. Yeah. No, I'm a very big fan of Glasgow, of Scotland. Look, I've been quite fortunate over the last, you know, however many years I've been here, since 2012. I've been very fortunate. I've often worked jobs that have taken me around the country. So I've spent months over in up in Scotland. I've spent months in Manchester, Liverpool, along the coast in Wales. I've spent months down in Cornwall, you know, Birmingham. I've been very fortunate to see and experience and sort of, you know, even if it's just for a couple of months, just live in a few different, you know, quite a few different places around the country. And yeah, I love it. I love it. I think it's really cool. You know, London is, for me, London is the most disconnected because London is essentially a massive international airport for the most part. I think London, you know, without being too negative or anything like that, I think London's definitely lost its identity. I think there's parts of London that have sort of claimed that back, but think as a whole, it's a big old place where a lot of people go because they think they have to, or because that's where the opportunities are. Whereas, if I'm brutally honest, you probably get the same opportunities up and down the country. So, but that's my 2 cents worth. Probably not even worth that. I wouldn't pay 2 cents. I wouldn't pay 2 cents for that. Someone's just beat me so that I can push forward this much. That's obviously helped them out. They feel a bit better in themselves now that we've progressed this far. That's why our life expectancy is lower than the rest. Yeah, probably, mate. You know, if you're going to deep fry everything, I mean, I saw I went to a fish and chip shop in Scotland once, and I'm pretty sure the guy deep fried his finger and started eating it in front of me, not realizing that was his finger. So yeah, no. Well, look, sometimes I'm 100% right. 70% of the time, I'm 60% right. And, you know, the other 20%, I'm good at maths. So that's where I sort of sit in the equation of things. But yeah, as you can see, there's a lovely bit of traffic here on this strip of road. Anyone near this strip of road, you might want to avoid it. I couldn't tell you where I am because I'm not a local. I don't know the area. So you'll just have to try to geo map it from the street lamps, if you can do that. And or if you know the car in front of me, BP EZB, just stay away from that car if you can, because the traffic's pretty shitty. Ali's come in with what's the weather? What's the weather like out there? Look, I wouldn't say it's inspirational. It's not inspiring me to do anything other than potentially spend the rest of my life under a duvet with some winter socks on and a hot water bottle. That's essentially the vibe that I'm getting from the weather at the moment. It's not too bad. It could be worse. I think a lot of times we complain about the weather and this, that, and the other. Look, we can't control it. The weather is what the weather is. And to be honest, if it never bloody rained, we wouldn't have any greenery. We wouldn't have any grass, that was green. It'd be a barren wasteland. And, we'd all be complaining about the fact that it's always sunny. So, sometimes you just got to go, hey, rain is good. Rain is good. I tell you what's not bloody good. Traffic. That's not bloody good. But I'm glad that I've got you guys as company. That's always good. I could sing another song. Coming to you on a dusty road. Good loving, I got a truckload. And when you get it, you got something. But don't worry, 'cause I'm coming. I'm a soul man. I'm a soul man. Sorry if anyone's got their headphones in and that's really loud. But sucked in. That's what you get. That's what you get for having your headphones in and cranking the volume up. You're playing a dangerous game when you're scrolling through here, because you could have anyone just doing anything. You could have someone just like screaming, and you're in the middle of church or something, and you're scrolling on YouTube, and you've accidentally got the volume up. I mean, you could be in for a world of hurt. You're gonna, disturb the other people within, the other, what do they call them? Patrons? But yeah, no, that's the deal. Red onions. Red onions are clearly purple. Listen, that if I had a prize for comment of the day, the prize would be a 50 quid Argos voucher, and you would need to spend it within 12 hours. And it would only be valid at the Argos in Skegness. But a prize for the gift of the day. That's for the comment of the day. That's what it'd be. But that is a weird comment. Red onions are clearly purple. I mean, factually, you're correct. Red onions. Why do they call it red onions when they are bloody purple? Jiminy crickets! This has just gone X-Files. But you know, I assume there are a number of things that that we could probably. And do you know what's always frustrated me? What came first? Did the word orange come first, or did an orange come first? You know, that's. Oh, now I'm in an awkward position here because I'm gonna have to wait for this one. This guy, no, good. I've got in front of him, bloody ripper. Yeah, what came first, the orange or the word orange? I don't know. That might be a stupid question. I don't know. I just thought of it, but yeah, here we are. Closing time. Time and then ship it do. You can go, my love. Go for it. She's gone. Do you ever get that when you get a song stuck in your head, but then you start to sing it and you realise you know 3 words of the entire song, but you really want to sing it? You really want to just like smash it out, but you just go, I know the first 3 words, but that's about it. It's raining men. Hallelujah, it's raining men. Everything's some man. Long, short, dark and mean. Rough and tough and rough. Why do I know every word of It's Raining Men? I've just made a comment about the fact that, you know, there's plenty of songs that I'd like to sing that I don't know the words for, and I've just literally cracked out word for word, It's Raining Men. That's an insight into old Roger Roadside's life there. But there you go. We live and we learn, people. That's the main thing. We live and we learn. I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I don't know what people do with these YouTube lives. Do they just, because sometimes, like, I'll see that there's 10, 15 people watching, and then I'll start to get a little bit nervous, and it'll almost be like, I feel like I've got to do something. And so there'll be so much of it is just riffing off the dome in the hope that you make some sort of sense. But then you look down and there's like 0 people, and it's like, I just came out with some absolute gold then. And it was never witnessed by anyone ever in the world. But I don't know, did people just maybe just drive around or so and just go, here's a Yaris, for anyone who wanted to know what a Yaris is. That's what it looks like in front of us. But yeah, just I was due to get home at 5:15. 5:15 I was due to get home, and it's now 5:26, and I'm not due to get home for another 10 minutes. It's always good, and look, a lot of you will probably say, all the tens of thousands of people out there watching at the moment will probably say, Roger, you're being very dramatic. Like, it's just, you're 15, 20 minutes late. Who cares? My partner cares. That's the problem. My partner's been dealing with our little 10-month-old all day, and she watches the clock like an absolute hawk. So when old Roger is 3 minutes late, he gets those sort of looks as soon as he walks through the door. You know those looks. Any other blokes in here, you know that look of disappointment, that look of disgruntledness. But look, there's nothing I can do. What can I do? There's loads of cars on the road. There's loads of people. It's raining. It usually all funnels into a point where, there's a lot of traffic on the road. What can you do? What can you do with a drunken sailor? What can you do with a drunken sailor? What can you do with a drunken sailor? Early in the morning, two-ray up she raises, two-ray up she raises, two-ray up she raises, early in the morning. Put her in the bin with a bending on her, put her in the bin with a bending on her, put her in the bin with a bending on her, early in the morning. I couldn't handle that traffic every day. No, sir. No, mate, look. Don't get me wrong. Where I try to avoid situations like this, I definitely do. But sometimes you just get caught in it. And where I had to go today, unfortunately, was I like to go. I've got a very big patch of work, so I can. I've got clients everywhere from London all the way up to Peterborough. And if I'm brutally honest with you, I like to stick around the north and Hertfordshire and all that sort of stuff, because it's usually quite an easy little loop to do. But today I had to go out to the east, Rickmansworth and whatnot, and unfortunately coming back has been a bit of a shambles. But that's why they pay me the big bucks, the big buckaroos. And it is what it is. Look, traffic has always been something that I know a lot of my partner gets really, well, she doesn't get, and that's a little bit of a lie. She doesn't get massively disgruntled about it, but she definitely doesn't like it. She definitely becomes really frustrated by it. And my feeling is, what can you do? You can't do anything as long as you've got black trousers on, so that if you need to do a wee-wees, no one can see that you've wee-weed. Then everyone's safe. You're all right. Or if you've got a bottle and you can just get up on your knees a little bit, or just lift your pelvic muscles up a little bit so that you can tilt it forward and get it in a small nozzle. You'll be right as long as you've got that. But yeah, I get it. It's frustrating, and especially when you've got to be somewhere, and that's the worst part. When you've promised someone that you're going to be somewhere and you've got no control over it. That is the worst part about traffic. And look, I appreciate that. That's pretty dull content. Imagine that. Imagine flicking on someone on YouTube and someone's giving you a breakdown of the good, the bad, and the ugly about traffic, whilst being stuck in traffic. Like there's some sort of traffic expert. Oh, I don't know if anyone else knew this, guys, but you can't control the traffic. That's worth thinking about. Keep that in the back of your head next time you're in traffic. Don't sweat the small stuff. This is the problem here, because you get an intersection like this. I know you guys can't see it, but you get an intersection like this where loads of people continue on through the intersection when they're not supposed to be there, and you get a lane like the lane that I'm in at the moment, which has got a green light, so that we're supposed to be the ones that have got the go ahead to turn left here, but we can't bloody turn left here because every Tom, Dick and Harry has kept going in their lane, and this is the problem. People are too busy, worrying about themselves, worrying about where they've got to get to, worrying about, what they've got to do, rather than, following the rules. The rules are you shouldn't bloody go into the intersection when it's about to turn red, and then you just sit there. But anyway, again, this is really dull conversation, dull. But you're keeping me company, and that's the main thing, and I do appreciate it. I appreciate keeping old Roger company here. This is for anyone who I don't know if you can really see it that well, because of the darkness and the drizzle. But this is Palmer's Green, for anyone who is interested. This is what Palmer's Green looks like, guys. You know, from the road side of the fence and in portrait mode, this is what Palmer's Green looks like. It's not a bad little high street. You know, it could be better, it could be better, it could be worse. You know, it is what it is. But I'm on the verge of getting home now. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna wrap it up there, mainly because you know I don't want the hordes of, and I did say hordes. I didn't say you know, anything else. But I don't want the hordes of women to know where I live, because you know that's going to be very awkward with the old missus. You know, when I wake up of a morning and there's tens of thousands of women in their masses just saying, you know, Roger, 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 Roger. And you know, I'll poke my head out and I'll give it like a little royal wave from the balcony, and you know, there'll be people throwing beads and little gifts and gifts, as in like presents and stuff, not like, you know, moving pictures. Yeah, it'll just be too embarrassing, really. So I'm gonna love yous and leave yous. I'm gonna thank you all. You know, even the people, you know, even though you're not here anymore, some of the people that were here from the get-go of this live stream. I'm gonna thank you all for coming and participating and getting involved. It really does brighten my day, and it makes the trip home just a lot better and a lot easier. So look, if you like any of the stuff here, if you're watching this video either currently in live format, or perhaps if I release it on the old channel, even if you're watching it at a later date, if you like the cut of my jib, make sure you subscribe to the old channel. Doesn't cost you anything, but it's you know, it does a lot for me. It does a lot for me. You know, it makes me feel warm and fuzzy. Makes me feel loved, and makes me feel like I'm, you know, I'm a celebrity, like I'm a superstar, and that you know, if at any point in time I do have a arena tour, I'd like to think that I've got a fan base of people that would potentially buy tickets to that. And so knowing, you know, by subscribing, that gives me an indication. Every subscription brings me one step closer to my arena tour. Have a nice night, have a nice evening. Yeah, thank you, mate. Thank you, Hillbilly John. Appreciate you. Yeah, every subscription takes me that one step closer to the arena tour. So, you know, subscribe. Listen, thank you very much for joining in. This is Roger Roadside saying be good to your mum. Tell your mum that she's really nice. And I hope you have a good night, and I'll see you on the flippity flop. Rightio.